Hi, Matthew Jester here. So, making another video. Have a certificate of completion to show that I'm certified and competent in the field of hypnosis. This is from Mike Mandel Hypnosis Academy. And let's see, my general introduction is in here somewhere. I'll have to look for it. I think it's right here. Okay. Please watch my video, Hypnosis, Abuse, and Speech Inhibition. I will leave a link to watch the video in the description. I will also leave additional links in the description of other relevant videos. I've been abused with hypnosis, and my ability to speak is being inhibited with hypnosis, which is why I have to read everything when I make videos. If you notice me stuttering, speaking slowly, being unable to speak clearly, or any other difficulty speaking, I explain in detail the specific methods and techniques that are being used to inhibit my ability to speak in my video, Hypnosis, Abuse, and Speech Inhibition. These issues speaking occur consistently in each of my videos, specifically within the first 3 minutes. The hypnosis inhibiting my ability to speak is often very noticeable throughout my videos, and I will leave a list of the various hypnotic commands that are specifically being used to inhibit my ability to speak that can be recognized in my body language, facial expressions, tone of voice, and speech patterns in the description. So, let's see. Ow, ow, ow. 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 Huh. So, along with the you can't be sexy for it, if you noticed how when I started looking at myself, my back stopped straining. When I started to pay attention to how I looked. Like, well, I mean, I might as well try to make sure I look like super ridiculous, right? All right. Well, anyways, that happened. So, um, yep, that's abuse. Ow. Let's see. While reading the letters, I found multiple patterns that were extremely suspicious and unusual for a situation pertaining to death threats, including the pattern that there were no direct threats of death. And that every mention of death in the letters were worded were also worded as if they could be warnings. So anyways, the wording I really don't like in that. It's a little bit longer. Let's see. We're worded in a manner that that could have also been warnings. While reading and analyzing the letters, I found multiple I found four different specific patterns. That were extremely suspicious and unusual for in the letters. that I'll be explaining in this video. Okay. There we go. Let me think about this. Okay. If I tried to put an introduction on it, it really depends on how long the introduction is going to be. That's a big aspect and factor in this situation, too. Okay, so I think I can actually get that done pretty quickly. The reason being is what is very easy about this is if I take out that second part, worded in a pattern where you actually could have been trying to warn her, that was like that made the sentence much longer than necessary with that one portion of it. Okay, so I'm going to be doing this while reading and analyzing letters. I noticed 4 patterns. 4 specific patterns. That were extraordinarily suspicious and unusual for the situation. So I mean, as you can see, I'm obviously not homeless right now either, by the way. But during the last, while I was just barely writing that, ow, okay, again. All right. Well, anyways, I was hypnotized to think that saying the word unusual for the situation. Matt, is that a homeless guy analyzing death threats? That is something that's unusual. Um, and like it seemed as if I was trying to get the word abnormal and written down instead. There's a mosquito in here. I don't like that. Okay. Anyways. Mm. Let's see, such as the letters containing no direct threats of death. Um, uh, um, this is the part that's really suspicious. It's just, this is the part that makes it obvious for me, and it's so hard to explain that to everybody else. So, um, I had different, I was, certain phrases in the letters, certain phrases throughout the letters, cued, certain thoughts and, specific phrases throughout the letters. Specific phrases throughout the letters. Um, cued the recollection of certain metaphors and thoughts. Um, because like for one, all right, so I was hypnotized to think that how he was trying to warn her and protect her instead of threaten her, like I was. Like more specifically, like he's trying to warn her like you are. Um, and very frighteningly also because they threatened to kill my family and friends. And that like she was in danger because of me if I became famous or was closer to putting them in prison or something along those lines, or um, a variety of different things. Some of them were, I mean, a lot of this was basically just threats to try to deter behavior, anyways, because it didn't stop them from doing anything, unfortunately. Um, Regardless of whether I was complacent or not, for example, even it became completely pointless because they just used that to their advantage to abuse me and to be able to get away with committing murder easier. Like literally, as an example, um, well, I mean, based off of you know, how I was perceiving the hypnotic suggestions and responding to them, and everything along and obeying them, you know, there was basically I um and based off the situation that I was limited to and the resources I was limited to, there was very little to no chance that I would have had any ability to actually successfully um based off this hypnotic speech inhibition and how I have to record all these videos, and it's taken me so long to do that anyways, that I would have had a chance to improve my sanity and or open a case or anything along those lines. But regardless of such, what I noticed basically was most of the time that I was I was hypnotized to deter behaviors that involved disclosing or collecting evidence. And basically, what that involved was just making it so that they would be able to get away with it easier. Um, so, for example, um, you know, uh, they told me about some murders before they happened, and then they committed the murders, like I was threatening all that kind of stuff, and then, well, not very. I was it wasn't very. So, of course, I didn't know any specific names or anything along the lines consciously, that I didn't have hypnotic amnesia for before they happened. But, uh, you know, like, uh, for example, threatening to kill, innocent people if they couldn't kill my family and friends. Um, and, anyway, so, those types of things happen anyways. And, by being compliant to the threats, it just allowed them to get away with it easier. Um, so then, so I mean, it's just kind of counterproductive to make a threat like that. Like literally, I mean, this was something that was very flawed, and this organization, organized criminal operation, because it was extremely elaborate and well thought out and prepared, but it was just kind of it seemed kind of they had all this stuff planned and prepared at one point, and then didn't plan and prepare for future possibilities, um, or even think things through very well. At least in those aspects, in those regards, basically, I mean, the concept being understandable, and it was just that one thought process that kind of because the threats were very, very scary at first, but I mean, just basically the concept that they're going to do what they're going to do anyways, and that they just needed me to stop so that it would be easier for them to get away with. You know, because they didn't expect any of this to necessarily happen or plan for it necessarily to happen. They prepared for it, but um, and it's just that one aspect where it's like, okay, I noticed that I had the thoughts of the post-traumatic suggestions to try to deter behavior, and it didn't work at all. Just motivated me to do it more, actually, because no, where that's the problem is like, so they threatened me, right? They threatened to kill people, if I did things, so then I wouldn't do them, or if I didn't do things, so then I did them, and then they killed them anyways. So I'm just like, I don't have to listen to anything. Um, specific and specific phrases throughout the letters keep the recollection of certain metaphors and thoughts. Um, um, the recollection of certain metaphors. Um, and I'm trying to think of how to even say this because statements they made. Because I mean, like what I described, right? So I mean, he was trying to warn her, not threaten her. That's not a metaphor. How do I say that? Um, mm, mm, all right. Hmm, like I don't even know. I don't know how to describe that. I mean, it's not a threat either, right? Technically, guess you could call it a statement though. But hmm, I mean, a comment or description. Mm. I don't even know how to describe that. Um, um, Concepts. It's so vague, right? Um, and broad. Mm, mm. And I mean, the concept, like, the nice thing about that phrasing specifically is it doesn't have to be accurate. Um, and, I mean, not to say that thought that suspicion that I have that I used warning or is not accurate. Just moreover, like, I don't think that every, concept that I had cued was accurate. But, opinion, a synonym. I don't know, maybe. Mm, probably go with concept. No, concept. Okay. certain metaphors and concepts. I mean, it works pretty accurately for the situation. Of certain metaphors and concepts that were related to the situation. Certain metaphors and concepts I was told while hypnotized. When I was hypnotized. That related to the situation. And okay, so also I wanted to point out something interesting. So I'm looking up phrases synonym, but just to see. You know, like the word impression. Like here's an artist rendering of like the suspect, right? You know, like you would see on a lot of those crime investigation shows. And I was hypnotized to imagine with the word concept to imagine, you know, showing John Matthew Hurl, like, okay, so this is an artist rendition of the hypnotist that you described. That's creepy. Like, that's an example. 'Cause when I wrote that word, like, that's what it cued. Um, for whatever reason, instead of, I don't know, just weird. But, you know, anyways. Communication patterns were present in the letter content that um, patterns were present in the letter content that were consistent that were elicited specific characteristics or I could say the letter content elicited specific communication patterns that were characteristic of hypnotic speech impairment. I've been experiencing. And he mentions the same individual who is one of the primary suspects in this case. Organized criminal operation. Okay. Let's see. So, such as letters containing no direct threats of death. The letters containing specific phrases letters containing specific phrases that cued the recollection of certain thoughts and of certain metaphors and concepts that were related to the situation. The letter content elicited specific communication patterns that were characteristic of the hypnotic speech impairment I've been experiencing. And and the letters mention the same person who is a primary suspect involved in the organized criminal operation. All right. Oh, that's right. be reviewing all of these throughout the video. Okay. Finally got that out of the way. Dang. Okay. There we go. Okay, the letter content also had similar patterns of hypnotic speech impairment. In this video, I'm going to review the various. Okay, there we go. On the other side, this is going to be right here for a little bit later. It's going to be going over the first threat.